Had a pretty rough morning. Over the last about a month, I was seeing a severe decline in my cat. First, he was hiding in the spare bedroom, so I closed it. I closed it so that he couldn't go in there anymore, and he would, be out in the main area and come up on the bed with me and stuff like that. Um, Within the last 2 weeks, he started sleeping in my bathtub. And I started just picking him up, making him be on the bed with me for a while, by just pulling him up there. Once he was up there, he would stay up there with me for like an hour or so before he would move on to a different location. But every time I was petting him within the last 2 weeks, I noticed that I could feel his spine protruding. And I was like, this is not right. So yesterday I called the vet. I made an appointment for this morning. We did some blood work, and his blood work was off the charts bad. He is severely anemic. And there was something else to it as well. I think it was with his urine analysis. Um, his, there was indicators that there were problems with his organs. And then it would have been incredibly expensive to go to the next steps, which would have been imaging and x-rays. And he's 13 years old. Like, I asked the vet, I said, what happens if we actually find something? If we find tumors? What is his likelihood to survive something like that at his age? And he was talking to me about stuff like ways that you can just make him more comfortable at home and things like that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to have another beloved cat die at my feet on my bed. Because that was horrifying when that happened with Snuffles. And I'm not going to go through that again. So he lost half of his body weight since his last appointment. And that probably just happened in the last few weeks. It was a rapid decline of body weight. Um, so I had to say goodbye to Pumpkin today. And it was a nice long run. I got him in 2011 when he was 8 months old. He used to run all over my condo, keep us up all night caterwauling. And he was very spunky in his youthful years. High twisted minds and sweet tea. He then became a very lethargic cat. He became like an obese cat that just liked to sit in sunny spots around the house. But he still, even just a few months ago, was trying to trip me. He was still trying to trip me very recently. So this happened fast. He was still coming out on the balcony with me, coming up to the door here and pawing at the door so he could come out with me. That was all very recent. and then bam, he lost all that weight, had terrible blood work, and it sounds like he probably had cancer. He probably had cancer, but he's too old for all that. He's way too old for all that. So I'll post some pictures of him on my community tab, and rest in peace, my baby pumpkin pie, my spirit animal. You know where I found him this morning? He was in bed with me, because last night he crawled under the sheets while I was watching some videos and I fell asleep. And apparently he couldn't figure out how to get out. He couldn't figure out how to get out of the sheets. But he didn't move or indicate anything. He didn't tell me like that this is a problem. And I knew we had a vet appointment, so I'm looking all over the house for him, trying to figure out where is he? Like, is he in the bathtub again? Is he on the bamboo chair? Is he on the couch? Like, where is he? So I looked in every room and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to open a can of wet food and put it down for him. And I'll wager he'll make himself known. And he did. I started hearing the meowing, and it was coming from my bedroom. And I'm like, okay. I saw a tiny little lump on the other side of the bed under the sheets, and I'm like, oh my God, he was under there all night. So I let him out, gave him some wet food, so he had a nice last meal, y'all. At least he enjoyed his last meal. And then we went in, and, you know, a marked change in his behavior year over year. My cat is a biter. He didn't even try. Didn't even try with the vets at all. He usually tries to escape. Did not even try. He was a lump. He was gone. Like, there was nothing left there. So, may he rest in peace. I hope you guys are all having a better day than me.